Hey guys, Philip and Stephanie Patton from Home Base Essentials here, helping you to smile more in 2021. 2021.
21.
Man, let me tell you, the numbers are just all blurred together.
You know, 2001 might be all right. Take 20 years off of us.
You know, I'm okay with that. I mean, I have a lot that I could go back and do different if I was in 2001.
No
Sorry, 2021.
Yeah.
21.
I tell you what, guys, it is cold down here in Texas today. And, you know, I've got a sister that's in the New Jersey area. And as y'all well know, many of the folks in that area of the country were just pummeled with snow over the last few weeks. And, boy, she's quite upset having to shovel the snow and get all that out of the way. And then, lo and behold, I'm kind of poking fun at her, saying we don't have that kind of stuff down here in Texas.
It's all her fault. She sent us her snow.
Yeah, I texted her when we started getting reports of what we're expecting this weekend. I said, I hold you responsible for this. Sure enough. I tell you what, it is something we're not used to down here. This, you know, we get snow or ice every once in a while. Usually every couple of 3 years we'll get something. I mean, there's been times we'll go an entire winter without getting anything, you know. I mean, just a lot of wet, but
frost and
that kind of stuff. But you know, what we're expecting this weekend and next week, you know, for our part of the world is just kind of unheard of and unexpected. So causing quite a few issues around us. And I know the Fort Worth area suffered some pretty massive nastiness yesterday, and it's been something else. Somebody had posted some videos of all of that while those things were going on. And I tell you what, hey Peyton, good to see you. I tell you what, I've been in those situations from the EMS standpoint and fire department standpoint. And I tell you what, that brings back some memories of some bad times, some scary times. I definitely understand where those first responders were at, where their minds were during some of that. And of course, the people who were shooting those videos, so our thoughts and prayers definitely go out to those folks that are dealing with that tragedy and that, and now trying to clean up after all that. So definitely something to keep in mind. Well, guys, here's what we got going on. We are working on helping you to set yourself up for success from a business standpoint. That's what our plan is: mastering your setup, mastering your marketing and getting yourself set to a point of success to be able to continue through. Now, this week we have not been able to get on and do our lives like we had intended to. We've just had so much going on here with different things popping up. It's not all her fault. We've had a lot going on, and actually some of the things that we've been working on for you guys that we're wanting to bring and get y'all and let y'all know is coming on and be a part of, things that we're looking at getting going in the future here locally, online as well. Training classes to be able to bring you guys the information that you need to be able to stay on top of your digital businesses. You know, it's just been a lot going on this week, and unfortunately by the time we stop and say, hey, we got to get a live in, well, it's the time of day when it's like, well, that's not going to be a very good time of day to try to do something like this.
Won't benefit anybody unless they're on the other side of the planet.
That's right. In fact, while we're chatting, I need to look up and get you guys a link for something that we've got coming up very soon. Actually, March, what did we say, 18th? March 18th, we are going to be kicking off a business owners book club, and just a little bit of information about what we're doing, what we've got planned. What we're wanting to do is folks, you guys that are business owners, can I copy this? Just use this link right here to do that. I think I can.
Whole email, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but that would work.
It's a social post of the email.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it is, isn't it? Let me scoot back one. What we're doing is working on getting using books that were built around entrepreneurship and sometimes different focuses and specific areas of focus in those entrepreneurs. For example, what we are doing, there's the email right there. What we are doing is we're going to be using where's the link?
There's not a link. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You're going to have to go to the opening soon book club sign up thingy. The lead gen that we did that was right in front of that one.
You know what?
Because
yeah, you're right. That's not going to work. I thought it wouldn't.
Do that. That's okay. Down there.
This one here.
Soon we will be launching.
Yeah, I can use this. This will work.
It'll get them all signed up for the emails, and then they can get added to the emails, and we can have anybody new added to the email list, and they can get that as a web.
Yeah, because guys, here's what we're going to do. We're using these books for entrepreneurs to help encourage, give you different concepts and things that you need to think about. And the first book that we have chosen to go through, more or less, we're going to be doing a review. Okay, that's kind of what we're doing. We're planning on building outlines for these books and the different chapters that we go over. Of course, some books we won't necessarily need to go over every single chapter because the information in it doesn't really pertain to what we're looking at. In some areas it will, some it won't. Just depends on what all we need to use from that at that particular time. Now, here's what I'm doing. I'm putting a post in the comments, and that's only posting to the YouTube page. There's the Facebook comments. There we go.
No, it is only posting to the
Home-Based Essentials
page.
So if you're on Stephanie's page and you see this, navigate over to the Home-Based Essentials page and be able to get this link. And we'll also share this on her page when we get off of here. We'll share those links on our pages as well. This is a sign-up email to our email list for this book club. And really what we're going to do with that email list is use that to let you know what's coming up, what books we're going to be reviewing, get you a link to be able to get that book in your hands if you want your own physical copy of that book or digital copy, whatever the case may be, of that book, so that we can review that. Because here's what we're doing. The first book we're going to review is Jeff Walker's The Launch. There's a lot of you that are very, very intrigued and interested in pushing toward membership subscription services. And y'all, from everything I can understand, this guy is kind of the pioneer of that concept. So we're going to be going through that book, The Launch by Jeff Walker. If you will follow the link on this sign up page for the email list, then we will get an email sent to you that has a link for that book on it, just to make it easy to find. And that way you also make sure you get the right book in your hands too. You got something?
Nope.
No.
I'm just looking so I feel like I'm blind when I look over there because I don't look in the right place.
No, usually when she looks at me like that, she got something she want to put in.
Nope, I'm good.
Not this time, huh?
Nope, I'm
good. All right, guys, let's get y'all set up for success today. We're going to take a look at websites. Now, when it comes to websites, for a long time, when it came to building websites, if you weren't a web designer, you didn't know how to write code and all those kind of things, you couldn't really design your own website, and web design really became a big business, and it still is. Even with the ease of use in business now, as far as building websites, even with the ease of use that's available to us now, there's still a big business for web design. But the thing is, you don't have to go back and you don't have to go through some of the hoops that you used to have to go through to build websites. A lot of website builders now are using drag and drop technology, and it makes things very easy. Drag photos, drop them, drag text, drop them, go in and type text out. It makes things a lot easier. So you can actually build a website and be up and running, not even knowing how to build it, and start and be up and running within a few days, where in years in the past, it would take a while to get a website built, and understandably so. It took a lot of work to get that done. But there are some concepts that you need to keep in mind when you're looking at building a website. And y'all, it doesn't matter if this is a website that's built for business, if it's a website built for personal use, whatever your website is built for, these concepts that we're going to throw out here today, when it comes to your website, apply to all websites. It's what all websites. I'm gonna get that word out of there. This is what makes a website attractive. It's what will help keep people's attention when they come to their website, because this is what they're looking for. when someone opens your website, they're not looking on that front page, that home page, for a bunch of extraneous information. They don't want to sit there and have to scroll for 15 minutes trying to find one little piece of information. And they also don't want to open that website and have to go through, unnecessary measures to even be able to see what you're trying to display for them.
Yeah.
So these concepts that we're going to look at about your website are things that you need to keep in mind. Again, if you're building a website for business or if you're building it for something else, whatever the case may be, it doesn't matter. Maybe it's an e-commerce site. Even your e-commerce sites need to go through the same information and have that available for them. So just so you know, excuse me, the information we're bringing to you, this is from the source that we use at Constant Contact. Constant Contact, we are certified partners with Constant Contact, a wonderful service for email marketing, takes email marketing, gives you a website, also connects you to the big social media outlets that are out there, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn for business purposes. Being able to uniformly link all those things together. That's who put this information together. So just so you know, this is information that is coming from the experts. This isn't something that just, popped into Philip and Stephanie's head. This is the information coming from the experts. And with that, these folks have 20 plus years of experience. I think they've been around 25 years now.
Because they said that they came out in like 1996,
something like that, but it's 25 or close to 25 years of experience putting this information together, and the research that goes into this. They know what they're doing, so there's no reason to try to develop and invent something new when they've already got something that works. So they've had their thumb on the marketing, the online marketing service since since it came around to the public. Since email started becoming a thing,
Yeah.
So
they
anyway,
were email primarily, and they've grown and changed and.
Oh man, here's something funny for you. These folks been around since the dial-up days.
Oh yes, they have been around since the dial-up
noise days. Yeah.
I want to see how that comes through on the.
Oh, we're gonna look and see how that comes through on the
auto-generated.
Yeah, on the closed caption. It just skipped over it. That's funny.
Sorry, I have my page open because I can't always comment back to you, and I can't put things in there if I don't. So anyway.
Yeah, that was funny. Oh, my beep, 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 it just scrolled right over that and didn't even try to translate it.
Boop, boop,
yeah.
boop.
Okay, so here's some of the things that you need to keep in mind. Now, not all websites are created equal. When you are going to work with a website, here's one of the things that you need to understand. Whether you're using Constant Contact, whether you're going to use Weebly, whether you're going to use WordPress, WordPerfect, any of those, whatever program you're going to use to build your website, there's something that you need to keep in mind. And one thing that you need to keep in mind is that mobile responsive websites are a necessity. Now, what I mean by that, y'all, a mobile responsive website is a website that when you open it on a mobile device, it reformats it to fit the screen. Okay. Ooh. There are websites still out there that when you open them on your phone, they're still stretched out huge, and you have to try and zoom in. By the time you zoom it in, the text is small. You can't see what it is you're looking for. It makes things very cumbersome and difficult. So you've got to have a mobile responsive website. I want you to think about what's the first thing that you want to do when you investigate a business. Typically, you're going to look at their website to learn more, right? Well, if somebody's coming to your website, no matter what that website is for, no matter what its purpose is, if they're coming to your website to find more information, and they're going to find that when they open that, it's more difficult than just not having the information, then why in the world would they stay there? All right. What you've got to understand is that a mobile responsive website, again, a website that will convert its image and sizes to fit the format of a mobile device, is a great experience for visitors regardless of how they're viewing it, because it adapts to that device and gives them access to the information that they need, that they are wanting to be able to learn what they need about your website. Here's the thing, guys. When someone opens an email, you've got about 3 to 5 seconds before they change their mind, decide to close that email and move on. Well, timing is not much different when it comes to opening a website. If they open a website and they're going to have to do more work than it's necessary to be able to view what they're looking at, they're going to close that website and go on, move on to the next one in the Google search results and see what they can't find that's going to fit their needs. Is that it? Okay. I thought you had something you wanted to spit out there.
Nope. I'm looking at the
All right.
notes and I'm like, yep, that's it. That's exactly it.
The next thing that you need to keep in mind about a website is the pages that are on it. You need to have at least 4 pages. These 4 pages, okay? These 4 pages need to be a part of your website. And the first page that you need is your home page. Y'all, here's the thing about your home page. It is the front door. When someone comes to your website, they are asking the question, what can you do for me? This is where they start to find these things out. When you visit someone's home, the first thing you do is knock on the door, walk in through the front door, and you start making judgment calls about that person's home the minute you walk in. As soon as you walk in that front door.
The minute you walk to the front door.
That's
the minute
it.
you see the front door, is it all dusty and dirty, or is it all pretty with the porch leaner beside the door and a door hanger on the door? For those of us in the South, I know it's not as popular up north, but it should be.
A little shameless plug there. She got herself tickled. Now she can't even talk.
No, I'm just saying, when you're driving by, if you're looking at buildings and as you're driving through towns and stuff, and I know we live in the city now, so I pay attention more to those things. As an artist, I tend to pay attention to what kind of door hangers, what kind of porch leaners. Is it changing seasonally? Is it not really changing seasonally? They've just got a welcome up. Or is there a welcome, and then there's a spring, and then there's a summer, and then there's a holiday, or how often are these things changing? And the appeal there is, oh, look at that one. Or, yeah, okay. You almost notice it's there. Because some things I've almost missed a few porch leaners because they're very, how do you want to say it? I mean, it's not like it's ugly.
I
It's
don't know.
just,
This
it's
is your
very,
story. I'm just along for the ride.
I want to say it's flat. It's not, doesn't bring dimension to the area. It just is there.
Well, the point is
not really noticeable.
The point is, you start making judgment calls about the home, like Steph said, before you ever walk in. You get to the front door, you start making those calls, and people are doing the same thing with your website.
Yeah.
Your home page is your front door. What are you showing people at the front door? Well, this is where your logos are. This is where your design comes into place. And just so you know, I'll put our Constant Contact link in the comments. With our Constant Contact link, there are discounts that are available through our referral, on their partner referral link. The discounts that are available, y'all, I'm going to tell you, they're the same across the board for every partner of Constant Contact. When you ask them, that's the same thing they're going to tell you. So with the discounts that are available, that link, check it out. Here's the thing. If you need to design a logo, they've got tools embedded within their program to help you build a logo. If you need someone to help you custom design your website, they got folks there to help you do that too. That's also some of the things that we help folks work on at Home Base Essentials with getting your website design and getting things put together to get the attraction and get you out into the place, out into the public eye where you're trying to get. So keep that home page in mind. The next page and I'm going to leave that up because we're going to come back and talk about these pages. And matter of fact, why don't we just do it this way? We'll talk about them in that order. So when we're looking at the home page, again, this is your front door. What information is it that you are wanting to share on your homepage? Well, one, what's your service? What is it you do? What are you all about? Again, somebody's coming to your website and they are seeing your website and saying, yes, this is what I'm looking for. What can you do for me? Well, that's what your services are about. What do you do? Who's it for? Okay. If there's a visitor coming to your page, they're asking themselves, is this for me? Is this what I'm looking for? All right. I personally do a lot of looking on websites on vehicle repair and auto repair and things of that nature because, well, let's just face it, I'm too cheap to pay a mechanic. I do it myself most of the time. But I don't know what I'm doing. So I got to figure out what I'm doing. How do I do that? Hey, Jan, good to see you. So how do I do that? I do that by researching these websites. And when I find a website that their homepage tells me what I need to know, then I'll stick around there for a little bit. If they tell me what they can do for me, I'm going to stick around. If they don't tell me what they can do for me, I'm not going to stick around. Okay. Because that's why I'm there. Right. It's the same thing when you're visiting someone's website. So you got to have your website set up so that your homepage has the information that tells people why to stick around.
Well, let's take an example. Escape and Paint. That's the name of my paint party business. But if you don't know that, and I have been asked, is it an escape room thing? Do you paint while people go on vacation and you come in and paint their houses? What is it? What does that mean? If I don't have something on my personal page that says, helping you escape the stresses of daily life with paint, while you enjoy a brief break painting, something like that, then people are going to be like, what does she do again? I mean, depending on the name of the business, like a lot of these places, they're law firms and accountants and stuff. It's just names. It's the people's last names.
That's it. And one thing you got to keep in mind is you're not the only person out in the world doing what you're doing. Yeah. Okay. So what is it about you that someone would select using you over using someone else, whoever is the next one in line on the Google search results? What is it about you that makes you unique? And then also on that homepage, what should they do next? A lot of times this is what you see on homepages on websites while you're there visiting that site. You'll have a pop-up window come up, ask you to sign up for their email list. Okay. What do you want them to do next? Do you want them to work towards your click funnels? Do you want to get them toward your funneling them toward being a customer here? Or are you just wanting to get information in their hands? Okay. They're visiting your homepage. They're not ready to be a customer yet. They're just seeing what you're all about and what you have to offer. So those are the things that we look at. The second page that you need to keep in mind is your about page. Okay. On your about page, this is your story. This is who you are. This is what answers the question, why do I care? In other words, when someone comes to your page and they look at what you're about, that's what they're asking themselves. Why do I care? What is it about your story that's going to intrigue me to say, yes, this is someone that I want to work with? What's the problem that you're trying to solve? Here's the thing about business, digital business, social media business, email business, all of that inclusive. Here is the thing. We have to get it through our minds that it's not about us. It's about the individual we're working with. When they come to our website, it's because they have a problem that needs to be solved. The thing that we have to use our website to help answer is, what is the problem I'm trying to solve? For many folks, for Homebase Essentials, what's the problem we're trying to solve? The problem we are trying to solve is that we are working with a generation of folks who know how to do the work. They know how to do the physical work. They know how to prepare the events. They know how to prepare the materials, the products. They know how to do that. But this digital marketing side seems so foreign to them that it's hard to get their minds wrapped around it. So that's where Homebase Essentials steps in. What's the problem? I can't get my mind wrapped around getting my production done and doing my marketing too, because understanding the marketing, it's a brain full. I'm going to tell you straight up, y'all, it is a mind full.
We've been blessed to be digitally intelligent for over adept. Well, it was introduced to me, I think I was in 7th or 8th grade when we actually started using computers in school. And that was back in you have to do a lot of the programming part stuff. Nowadays, they've got it so easy for us. So most of our life, we've had computers and stuff, and it just keeps progressing as we go along. Some people not so easy, some people not so much. So what we try to do, and what makes us different, what makes us different from some other people, is we call you our teammate. We think of you as a part of our team. We don't succeed if you don't succeed, and we try to help you make that connection as easy as possible. Some people want to learn it. They're desperate. They need to learn it, but they need it broke down in baby steps, and we do that.
Yeah,
and then other people want it done for them. So that's the other side of the shoe.
That's it. The question is, what problem do you solve? Now, I'm going to tell you, thankfully, like Steph was talking about, we have been blessed to work with some folks that we've been able to help. And hearing some of the comments that you guys bring back to us, that lets us know that we're solving the problem. So when someone comes to your website, what's the problem that you're trying to solve? With Steph, the Escape and Paint, logo that she uses, the name, the Escape and Paint, the whole concept behind that, like she said a while ago, is give you a little time to escape the reality of a crazy world and just get off into your own world and let your mind relax for a little bit. What's the problem you're trying to solve? High stress, high pace, all of the things that just wear on your mind. What's the problem? The problem is I'm exhausted. The problem is my brain needs a break from everything I'm doing. Well, take a couple of hours and let's visit together and create the wonderful painting that you have something to walk away with, but you don't have to worry about the stresses and strains of the world behind you. That's the problem to solve.
A lot of us as parents, especially when you've still got littles at home, you do stuff, and then 5 minutes later, it's like, I thought you said you cleaned the house today. I thought this happened today, and it's undone as fast as you got it done, faster than you got it done, and you get really frustrated. The part of the escape was to escape the stresses and then walk away with something that they can't undo that fast.
That's it. That's it. So that's your about page. What are you about? What's your story? What brought you to where you are and why you're doing what you're doing? Okay, we see a lot about telling your story in the business world, especially when we're having to work through email and social media outlets. You've got to tell your story to an extent so that people understand who and what they're dealing with. Okay. All right. So the next page that you would want to put together on your website, remember we talked about 4 pages at least. Of those 4 pages, you need a services page. You need a services page. And give me just a second. I saw something on there I needed to edit. What goes on your services page? In other words, this is what it is.
What I offer.
That's it. What do you offer? What do your services entail? And how long have you been doing it? You might even use this place to talk about your experience just a little bit. You know, when it comes to marketing, Stephanie and I have been in marketing and various forms of marketing solidly for the last 24 years, isn't it? 24 years, something like that. We've been in some form of marketing, whether it is direct sales through multi-level markets, or if it is through the network marketing version of that, whether it is running our own businesses and working to market ourselves and our product and our service out for individuals, you know, or working through with corporate marketing. That's what we've been doing for the last 24 years. And I'm going to tell you something. I used to hate marketing. I hated it. Hated it.
Reality is it's about 80% of you succeeding, if not more like 90%, but 80 to 90% of what you have to do so that people know you're there.
That's it. And
otherwise they don't know you're there to use you.
When it comes to business, if you don't have a way to market, whether that marketing is by email, social media, digital means, or if it's by word of mouth, that's still marketing. You understand a lot of your marketing. If you have a big services project, we've got some friends of ours. He runs a heavy equipment business, dirt moving business. And one of the things, he doesn't have to invest in a lot of marketing. He's well known in the area. The people know him. They know what kind of person he is. They know he's an honest individual. He's going to do what he says, and he's not going to rob you when he puts the bill together. They know these things about him. Word of mouth is his marketing. Okay. Oh, yeah. Because of the reputation that he has. And I tell you, he will do whatever he needs to protect that reputation. And we have to do the same thing in our businesses. When we're talking about our websites, y'all, our website is really the beginning of someone learning what our reputation is. If they don't have word of mouth for us to express to them, for others to express to them who we are, what we're about, then they're going to find that on that website. And we use the services page to talk about those things. This is a perfect place to put what we call those testimonials or referrals, when people make a recommendation or tell how good something has been for what you've done for them. You don't have the ability to word of mouth someone across the country. You use that word of mouth on your page. Allow them to tell other folks. There's that old saying that I remember hearing from the time I was a kid, and that old saying is, don't toot your own horn. Okay? Let somebody else toot your horn for you. Yeah. All right. You know what? That didn't sound really well. Just forget I said that and move on. So, in other words, don't brag about yourself.
Those of us that are old enough to know.
Yeah, don't brag about yourself. Let someone else do the bragging for you about you. Let that word of mouth come out. And you do that by having those statements on your page and those seeing that those are real people. And here's one thing that works really well. If you can have video testimonials put together in comparison to having something written out, because somebody can just make something up and go grab a picture off of Google Images and say this person wrote this.
Yeah, they can.
But if you've got the video of somebody standing there and saying, yes, this is what these people have been able to do for us. This is how it's helped us improve our business. This is how we've been able to increase our reach because of what they've done. Let me tell you something. That's going to go a long way to being a digital word of mouth. Well, that's your services page. Did I interrupt you?
Nope, we're good.
Okay.
I think we're getting ready to do the contact page.
All right, take that last ticker off. There you go. All right, when we are looking at your pages, the last page that you need to have, remember we talked about 4 pages on your website. The 4th page that you need to have as a minimum, you can have some other pages, okay? Don't get me wrong. You can have a store page, you can have a books page, you can have whatever pages you want to have on there. But these 4 pages are a must, and the last one is your contact page. What questions should you answer on your contact page? Well, one is, where can I find you? What is your physical location? I know right now for like Escape and Paint doesn't have a physical location. So we don't have a physical location listed on that website. It is mobile. She goes to homes, she goes to restaurants, she goes to venues, whatever the case may be. Now, we do have on there the city and state so that folks know at least where we are locally. All right. So that way people can find what they're looking for. Now, so once they figured out where they can find you, folks need to know how to reach you. What are your hours of operation? Are your hours changing? Do they change by season? Be sure you update these things when and if they change. All right. Are all your do you have multiple locations and are the hours at all of them the same? There's a cell phone repair place here in town, and they do good work. I've taken a couple of things to them, and they do good work. I'm very happy with the work that they do. But I find it very interesting that they've got one technician that works in this store and about 4 other stores. And the poor fellow has to drive from store to store to store all day long taking care of jobs. Well, you don't know when he's going to be there, so you don't know when to expect to find the technician there. And it makes it very difficult to be able to say, okay, I need to plan to be there then so I can talk to him, tell him what the problem is, and then find out how long it's going to take to get this fixed.
Yep.
Okay. So if you've got multiple locations and the hours vary, whatever the case may be sure those things are noted. I jumped on you, didn't I?
No, I was just fixing to say, just also remember, make sure that there is an email address and that you're ready to answer the emails when they come in if they have a question. If you have a phone number, which I would recommend having, make sure that you have it listed there. Give them at least 2 options for contacting you, because it has happened that I can't get a hold of who I need to get a hold of to find out what happened to my order, or what happened with this, what happened with that. And it really is frustrating for someone as a customer when there is no information on how to get in touch
That's
with
right.
you. I will walk away from you. That's where one thing that I've started before I'll even order for somebody, I go and look at their contact us page. Is there a way to email you? Is there a way to call you? If there's not, then I'm not even going to bother messing with you because it's not worth my time and energy.
Look,
Because
we know
I
when
don't
it
want
comes
something to
to
burn me. I don't
we
want to be
know
burned
when it
again.
comes to shipping products, things are going to get lost, damaged, torn up, whatever the case may be. I need a way to get a hold of you to say, hey, look, man, when this got here, it was destroyed. What can we do to remedy this situation?
I'll send you the pieces back so you can mail it back to whoever, whatever. But I need a way to contact whoever I'm dealing with, and I know that, so I make sure I check for that nowadays. I've been burned just enough times, so
That's it. All right, guys. One last thing that we want to talk to you, and I don't have a banner for this one, so you can go ahead and turn those off. One last thing that we want to visit with you about when it comes to setting up your website, other than making sure that it is something simple, something that is not difficult for someone to deal with, is how are you using your images? All right. How are you using your images on your homepage? If you can, show what success looks like for someone using your service. It could be a picture of people that are shaking hands with you and happy with you and in conversation with you, whatever the case may be.
An example from an escape and paint success
Exactly.
would be a successful paint party with people happily holding their finished paintings.
That's it. Then your services page, you want to use pictures that if you have at all possible clients that are interacting with you, maybe even in the middle of doing your business. You know, I mentioned our friend of ours with the dirt moving business. If he has images of some of his clients coming and having conversation with him while he's sitting there out in the field with the equipment, these would be perfect pictures to be able to put on the services page. Steph having in her escape and paint, having images and pictures while she's teaching a class, while she's got a room full of people with canvases and paintbrushes in hand, and she's in engaged conversation with them. Those would be perfect pictures for your services page.
A lot of people today are having to do Zoom meetings. So a shot of maybe you in front of your computer with your Zoom meeting where you're teaching your class. If that's what it has to be, a virtual class, showing how virtual classes can be more than just this static, crazy, what is a virtual party? What is a virtual meeting? I don't understand this, and it seems kind of scary to some people. Well, a screenshot or a shot of you at your computer while you're doing stuff like that could be helpful to help put people at ease that it's going to be easy enough to follow still.
Again, what problem are you helping to solve? So when we talk about the about page, what kind of images work well on your about page? Y'all, this is where the professional image comes into play. This is who you are and how you represent yourself. You want to use on your about page. I mean, if you're the suit and tie type and your business is a suit and tie type business, then that's the kind of picture that you want to have on your about page, a professional picture. You don't want this to be the upside down sunglasses with a Dr. Pepper in your hand and hooping and hollering and all that. That's not the kind of
not a tailgate party kind of picture.
Exactly. That's not the kind of picture that
the
you
lawyers
want
don't
on
have
your
those
about
on their pages. Neither do the real estate people.
Take a look at websites and look at people's about page, especially those who are successful. See what they've got on there. Copy them and imitate them.
Now, paint party people, creatives like that are doing something that is more fun and more whimsical might enjoy a more casual look to their photography, their about page photographs, because I want you to see me relaxed and not all stiff and in a suit. I don't want you to think I'm going to be coming in there and we're going to be I am the teacher and you must listen and blah, 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 crazy like that, because that's just not how it works. We want it to be all okay, stop. You're throwing me off. But you don't want it to be that way. You don't want it to look that way. Think about what your business is and what you're trying to represent. An accountant, a lawyer, a real estate agent doesn't want to look like they're just all fun and games. But the creative teacher who wants to make sewing fun or crafting fun or painting fun or whatever we're doing more relaxed, do a more relaxed about you photo type stuff.
Yep. And on your contact page, if you have a physical location, use a picture of your physical location. So that when people are coming to try and find you, if you have a studio, a brick and mortar studio, or if you have a business office, whatever the case may be, put a picture of that on there so that folks, when they drive by, they say, okay, that's the place that I'm looking for. That's where I've got to stop. I can go by in and I can go by, I can stop in and I can talk to these folks, and I know that we've got what we need.
I would make sure that your contact information is in as large and bold a print without being obnoxious.
Yeah, you don't want it to fill the whole
clear.
Screen, but you don't want people to have to squint to see it either.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I want it to be clear, and if at all possible, I make it where you could like click the phone number and I'll say in my phone, if I'm doing it on my phone, I'll say, hey, yeah, I want to call this person at their thing.
Hey, Destiny,
location.
good to see
Destiny.
you. Appreciate you tuning in. Deborah, I saw where you made a comment, and I kept meaning to come back and say something. I forgot about it. You're right. Those closed captions can be hilarious. She said she was getting a kick out of the closed caption.
Oh, I'm sure it was.
So,
It was
yeah,
fun.
those closed captions can be a mess.
Hey, Destiny, you may want to go back and check the replay on this because we're wrapping up right now. But we've talked about building a website and some of the pages that you need on there and what they need to have on there and how they need to go.
Yep, trying to get set up for success. That's what we're talking about this month, guys. Trying to help you master your setup. And that's what we're taking a look at. We're not only going to be taking a look at websites like we have today, we're also going to be taking a look at mastering the email marketing tools, mastering your social media channels, staying up to date on business listings, and then we'll be looking at some easy ways to create content to help keep those things on the forefront of your mind. I'll let you know, guys, we have been going through a number of classes and trainings ourselves. Just tuning in after work. Good deal.
That's
Glad
all
you
right.
caught it.
Glad you caught us.
Going through some of those things ourselves, we're learning that there are multiple schools of thought on some of these things. So what we are trying to do is be able to culminate all that information together, bring it to you in such a way as you can decide on what's going to be best for your business. All right. Some activities work better for some people than they do for others, and vice versa. So what we're trying to do is do the best we can to get in touch with as much of that information, as soak as much of it up as we can, so that when we bring it to you, you can make an informed decision about what would be the best route to go.
We're also playing with both.
And also
we're saying, if one school slot says go live only on a business page and the other says go live on your personal page, because that's where all your friends and people are, and if it doesn't connect with them, they will then sprinkle the love and let other people see what you're doing. Well, it helps you to know so we play with both. Right now we're live using StreamYard, going to both my personal page, our business page, and are we on your page too?
No, we're going to your personal page, our Home Base Essentials page, and our YouTube page is what we're doing.
All right. I didn't know we had a YouTube page.
YouTube
yeah,
channel.
we do. Yeah, we do. I remember now. Sorry, my bad.
We do.
All right. So we're going to the YouTube page, which that probably won't be visible until after because we don't have enough subscribers to be live there, do we?
No, that's one thing that StreamYard helps us do is be able to go live even though we don't have the 1,000.
Nice. I know that if you have StreamYard, like Philip just said, you have some perks when you're using it with the YouTube channel, but it's not always the case. So.
Okay, one thing that I do want to tell you guys before we get off here today, and I'm putting a link in the comments through the Home Base Essentials page and our YouTube channel. New Zenler. We have talked a lot about New Zenler over the last few weeks. New Zenler is an up-and-coming course creators platform. And if you have any ambitions of being a course creator, whether you are wanting to put together, let's say, a painting school, and be able to put, course availability in people's hands and build a course for people to be able to use, okay? If you have an interest in course creation, there's a number of options out there. You've got Kartra, you've got Kajabi, you've got Teachables. All of those options are out there, but when you start looking at how much they cost in comparison to StreamYard, there's quite a bit of difference. Now, here's what I'll tell you. Steph, good. Steph just put the link on her page as well.
New Zenler, and
so
then put
with New
no,
Zenler, we got an email this week. We've talked about the prices have been the same for like 2 years. The prices are going to go up in about, let's say it was 10, 11 days from Tuesday. So what, 7, 8 days, something of that nature. The prices are going to go up. We don't know how much, but here's why. One of the things that the New Zenler platform was missing was the ability to have a blog. It's now there. Okay. It's now there. The steaming.
I just did the StreamYard one that I'm doing right
Destiny,
now.
the one that you see on the comments that says StreamYard. In fact, let me see if I can copy that and put it into the Home Base Essentials comments. No, it's not going to let me.
That one.
There you go.
The one on the screen that is on my page.
I can do it this way right here.
She's on my page, it looks like. So.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll go ahead and put it in the comments too. That way, if anybody else is seeing it on these other outlets, they'll see it there too. StreamYard is a very, very good option for being able to use the multiple outlets. You do have to have a paid version to go to more than one outlet at a time. So you do need to keep that in mind. There's some other things that the paid version gives you as well. But back to New Zenler. Guys, here's the thing. I don't know that they're going to do away with the beta program as far as the free version. The free version is free from monthly access fees, but they do charge a 10% transaction fee. So when you sell a course, they get 10% of that. That way they're still getting paid for the work that they put into building that platform. Okay. So just keep that in mind. But the pro version gives you the ability to connect with Zoom, and you can do with Zoom, you can go live with Zoom. The pro version also gives you the ability to have your own blog on the website. It does have some marketing built into it. I'm not real crazy about the marketing setup, the marketing funnels and the way they're set up. I still prefer to use Constant Contact, so we use the two in conjunction with one another. Anyway, it's just a long story there, but that's what we use, and that's what we recommend you to do as well. But
for now,
if you want in on the founding member prices, you need to get in now, and you need to get a paid account with them now if that's the route that you want to go. If you want to keep using
email them to get a monthly payment option, because not all of us have a nice big chunk of change sitting in the bank to just down
so
for the 1
year. Here's how you would do that. Use our New Zenler link, set up your free account. Every time you log in with the free account, it's going to ask you if you want to go paid. You just say continue with beta or continue with free, however they change that tab to. And you'll still be able to use the free version. It's our understanding. Now, don't quote me because this could change, but it's our understanding at this point that the free will be there, but there's still going to be the 10% transaction charge on those free accounts. You can eliminate that transaction charge by paying for the monthly service or paying for a year. So if that transaction charge would be more than $47 a month, then jump up to the paid account. Otherwise, just keep it as the free account. Just know this: when the prices go up, if you are not a paid subscriber, then you will be paying whatever the new price is. Okay. Having the free account, it's our understanding, does not lock you in to the founding member prices. All right. That you need to keep in mind with them as they change. So just some food for thought. We love New Zenler. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. We are actually using it and combining two different platforms together with some folks right now, and seeing how that works. And so far, it seems like it's going to work well. Some hoops we still got to jump through, but once we get those hurdles cleared, we should be good to go.
But they're learning hurdles that we would have irregardless.
That's it.
No matter what platform we chose to go with, or they chose to go with as a team member, it's still a platform we would be having to hurdle learning.
That's it. Well, guys, that's what we've got for you today. We hope that the information we brought to you as far as concerning your websites would be beneficial to you. Look for us next Tuesday. That's our plan, is to go live on Tuesday.
And or
Thursday, all depending. Sometimes if we have another week like we had this week, it may wind up getting put out just like it did this week. Unfortunately, sometimes that's what happens, and sometimes you just don't have a choice. But this is Philip and Stephanie of Home Base Essentials, guys, where we're working to connect you to the tools to help you to bring it all home. Lord willing, we will see y'all next week.